Hello, ladybugs and yellow jackets, foxgloves and snapdragons. Welcome back to Handmade Home Shopping here on Sundays. I am your host, Fairy Princess Lolly, and I am sorry that we missed last week for Mother's Day, but of course, happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers. I hope you guys had a good one, and we are back again this week with a all new lineup of amazing handmade vendors from across the Renfaire and festival circuit, largely here in the United States. So today we're starting off the show, and for those of you who are joining us, in case you've never watched the show before, some of our vendors have the magic word, and this means that if you order from them within the next week between now and the next show, you enter the magic words at your checkout comments, and you will receive a prize bonus little gift in your purchase from them. So and that notification, we'll talk about that as each vendor comes on. And please hit the like and subscribe button. And let's get into that this morning or this afternoon. Haha, can you tell? uh, I was up very late last night. So our first vendor today is Livia from Livia's Links. Livia, say hello and please introduce yourself and tell us about who you are, where you're from, what you make, who are your home fairs, etc. Who? Is that even a who question? Anyway.
Hello, hi, nice to meet you all. My name's Livia. I run Livia's Links, which is a chainmail business, only me. Everything's handmade. And I'm pretty new to the fair circuit. I started in August, so it's been a very fun year. I
Kind of a crash course year.
Yeah. I sold at Hogtown in Florida, the Hogtown Renaissance Festival, medieval fair. And I was scheduled to sell in Nebraska at the Nebraska Fair and Maiden Festival and the White Hart Fair and the Mid-Michigan Renaissance Festival, all which were canceled.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Of course, no worries. Yeah, so I've been making chainmail since 2012, and I decided to just make it full time and do it as a business and bring it to everybody at the fair public in August. So that's a little bit about who I am, what I do. Oh, and I'm based out of New York.
Wow. So you travel all the way down to Florida for Hogtown.
Yes.
That's quite a ways to go and you have big Ren fairs there in New York. Why do you go so far away?
Well, it's mostly because the bigger fairs require you to be a little bit more established as a vendor in order to sell. And you have a little bit more capital up front. So it's purely tactical. A little easier to get into the small fairs.
Well, all right. So I understand that you have a few of your items live with you there that you can show, and then we'll take a look also at, I'm going to embiggen you so that people in the audience can really see your stuff a little bit better. You'll still be able to hear me. I'm right here, kind of like the man behind the curtain. But show us a couple of your things, and then we'll pop on over to your website and take a look at that.
Alrighty, well, sounds great. So I don't know. One of the things I've always been very passionate about is combining chainmail weaves and making new and interesting things. Because most people, when they think of chainmail, they do like European foreign one or Byzantine or one of the more standard weaves. So I decided to combine weaves, and one of the pieces I'd like to show you here is called the Rondo alla Byzantine necklace, and it combines a Helms weave, which is what's on the top, with a Byzantine weave, which is what's on the bottom. And that combination of weaves is what allows you to get a really nice, beautiful pattern and that intricacy. And I work in all sorts of different materials. This one here is silver, but I also work in stainless, which is really great because it never tarnishes, never rusts. Is always tried and true stainless steel. But aluminum, which has color, and brass, which also can have color, and is a metal that's very durable. So there's a lot of different options. But yeah, no, this necklace is one of my favorites because it combines a Helms weave with a Byzantine weave, which is really interesting and really cool.
It's very delicate looking.
Yeah, it is. It's sort of very fragile, but also very busy and intricate at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, hundreds and hundreds of rings. So yeah, I mean, I also do more combinations of rings. If you can see here, like in a capture pendant, like as chainmail, usually people think, okay, it's in massive sheets of metal and it goes over bodies as armor, but you can also make really pretty jewelry and stuff with it. I'll put it over my face. And this is stainless steel here. You can see how I'm having a little trouble with the camera. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there it is. Left and right or backwards. So you can see there's around the edge here, the barrel weave, actually, which is those sort of like round elements. And then in the center, it's a combination between a Japanese lace weave and a little bit, again, of the Helms weave. So that sort of combination of, weaves is what allows you to capture something like a crystal in a chainmail capture, which is kind of cool.
It's like a magic amulet or medallion.
Precisely. And you can then use it to cast all your magical spells and become even greater.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Capture the voice of a mermaid within. Let's see. We're going to hop over to your website here really quick. I'm going to pull this up. All right. So here we are looking, and this is the one you just showed us. This, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I think it's nice and delicate and pretty looking.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so talk to us about now this one here, this solar capture pendant, is this similar to what you just showed us?
Yeah, that's actually this. It's just a little bit of European foreign one over over a Swarovski crystal again, and it's a little bit more simple, and it uses the basic chainmail weave. Like obviously back in the day, they didn't have in the Renaissance period all these different patterns on. They're mostly modern inventions, but this has European foreign one, and that's a pattern that was used back in the Middle Ages, and that was what was used in armor. So it's a little bit more, I guess you could say, authentic in its pattern.
I love it, and I love Swarovski too. It's like super sparkle with that.
Yeah, no, it's great. Swarovski makes all these beautiful crystals, and they sparkle so beautifully, and they hold great shine, and they're absolutely wonderful.
So talk about this aluminum coif. Tell me about this.
So that's like heavy duty, like that's if you're going to dress up and be a knight in shining armor, but you don't actually want to wear the weight of armor. And you want to have color and make it sort of more interesting and more fit your character, become more of, like a dark knight or whatever have you. And
look at all the color options you have. This is great.
Yeah, tons of colors. I can make it in pretty much any color that exists, with a couple exceptions. But all those colors allow you to sort of create your own persona and become your own sort of knight. And it's all made out of aluminum, which is super light and super, wearable, and also doesn't rust. It doesn't leave dirty marks on your skin. So it's really nice. Because like if you wear steel, that's really heavy. I mean,
Yeah, no, definitely. A quick question now that I'm thinking about it though. So one of the things that I've experienced in the past when wearing, and maybe people who wear these, this is not exactly a thing that I would wear, I guess, as a lady, but I once had a chainmail headdress and it pulled on my hairs. How do people prevent that from happening when they're wearing some kind of chainmail that goes over their hair?
Right. So that's always really tricky because there's all these like little crevices in chainmail. I mean, the long and the short is, if you were a medieval knight or if you're dressing up in costume, usually you'd wear some sort of head covering underneath it that would cover your hair. That's if you're wearing a full coif like that, that would be fabric, and then you'd wear that over. Because you'd also want padding for historical, it has historical accuracy. But I've always found that as long as you are really careful when you make the chainmail, which I strive to be, and have good closures, then you don't actually have the pulling problem, because then if the rings are properly closed, there's not going to be that gap, because where it pulls is, if I can show you with my fingers, here, where if the rings gap, then you're going to get pulling. But if they touch completely, then you're not going to get that pull, because there won't be any space for it to grab onto. So you just want to make sure your rings aren't gapping like that.
So that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And so here we have, Oop, there, this is what I'm looking for. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my one that shows me the website.
There we go.
Pushing all along. I know, you would think that. Here we go. So, and this is just, this is a bracelet here that we have. So
Mhm.
talk a little bit about this one. And we're coming right to the end of your time here. A quick question. Are you doing the magic word? Because I know that you actually you super got in, like, whoop, slipped in where we had a vendor who had to postpone. And so I don't know, I didn't know if you were planning to do that or not. We didn't get that communication. So
Yeah,
I thought I would
definitely,
just
I can do that. I have a coupon code going. If you type in mail me 20, so mail spelled MAILLE, the French my, so mail and then me, ME, and then 20, all in caps, that will give you 10% off on the shop. So go
Okay,
for
so our magic word for the week is Fae this week,
it.
FAE. I'm just putting this into the comment also to the mail me 20 for 10% off. I'm putting that into the comments for people watching at home. And then also our magic word is Fae. We just ask people to enter it at the checkout comments.
Mhm.
That way you know that they came from here and to give them their little surprise gift.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I could do that. That would be lovely. I have a
Okay.
new thing that I'm making. These chainmail earrings with like characters and stuff on them. I don't know if you can see like Superman and you
Here, let
know.
me try to make I'm gonna embiggen you really fast.
There you go, like Superman and like all sorts of like Harry
Oh, that's so
Potter
cute.
things. Yeah, and there's like Harry Potter. There's like Marvel, DC. So I can give those away if you put in Faye in your checkout.
Okay. And then I've also put your coupon code. So thank you for sharing that with everybody. That's a good
Oh,
little bonus.
yeah.
All right, my dear lady, it is time that we bid one another farewell. So thank you for coming on the show on such short notice. You got it together.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I hope that we can work together again soon.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye. So, yay! Off to a good start today. And our next vendor in line is, excuse me, my face today is, woof. So the Dormant Dragon is our next vendor. And I think this is who I'm looking at. Yes, yeah. Okay. You had your name first. And so I was like, I
Yeah,
think this is
no,
the right person.
you said put in your name, so I was like, do I put in my name or my business name? So I'd said screw it and did both. So
Yeah, no, that's all very good. So welcome to the show. Look at you. You're like all fancied up as well. I love it.
thanks. I
So
figured, we should be in garb if we're gonna do this. So
yeah, absolutely. It's so much more fun that way. And so please tell us who you are. What is your business? What do you make? Where are you from? A little bit about yourself.
well, I, as the name says below, am Gorwin of the Dormant Dragon. The Dormant Dragon is a business that is a family owned business, and several members of my family are crafters. I myself am a leather worker. My husband's a metal worker. My daughter does all the crochet stuff that you see on our shop.
Wow.
And my son does a lot of the hard labor. Let's put it that way. He's also
Set
an
up and tear
artist.
down.
So yeah, he's a tarot down, set up, do the sales kind of boy. Heavy lifting. So yeah, that's what I do. Mostly I do a lot of leather work and custom work. And I'm in the SCA. I know this is about the fair, but I don't know if
SCA
you
is their own version of fair. There is nothing
right.
wrong with that. I mean,
I
I know
am
so many vendors that cross over. It's
yeah.
great.
We do a
It's
little bit
fine.
of crossover. I used to be active in the fair scene as a hawker, but then
You mean
I
like
got out. y-
hawking birds, or you
No,
mean like
like
step right up,
Rose, 50%
come
off.
see me.
Come over here. Yeah, I used to work for a bowyer, and they it was just trying to get people to come into a shop, and one of the things I did was I shot people with marshmallows um, with a slingshot. It was great. So
That sounds fantastic. I think I'd like that job. What is your SCA kingdom?
I'm in the Kingdom of Trimaris, which is in Florida. I used to be in Glenaubin will always have my heart, and that's in Mississippi, Tennessee, well, some of Tennessee, very small part of Tennessee, and you know, the South area. So, and my husband's from Meridies, so we kind of cover the whole area of the South. Yeah.
So I'm going to pull up your store here and let's take a look at this together. And if there's anything that you want me to specifically talk about or pull up, let me know and we'll just go
Well,
right to it. And you can share with us about your work.
If you'd like, I can show off some work that's in progress.
Yeah, let's do that first.
Okay, so stand up, honey. I've got my husband in his full set of armor. What I mainly do is historical recreation of period accurate armor. This is kind of period accurate. These are cuisses. This is vambraces, and then he's got a kidney belt, and every single aspect of his armor is made from scratch by me.
Wow.
So including the tooling, which I'll just pull this off and down so you can see. Turn this way.
Wow,
all of this
that's
is done.
so interesting. And is that the Mjolnir?
Yes, it's Mjolnir with 2 dragons. Our household, of course, is dragon crazy. So everything we've got, you can see on like my shoulders here, I made these. These are little dragons that are going upwards, trying to go backwards.
That's really cool. Those are great.
And then his arms are also dragons. In my shop, you can see I sell these, and I sell the elbows separate. Got some dragon heads on the
Let's see the
elbows.
runway walk, husband.
Yeah, wants to see the runway walk, so you gotta give the. No, he's like no. No, I'm not that good. We're doing a twirl off screen, so
that was an excellent sport. It looked like he was was he a lefty turner or a right turner?
Yeah,
but not a
lefty turner. Yeah.
Oh man, that was awesome. He was a total good sport about that.
Right now, I'm in progress of working on this, which is a set of pauldrons. So, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, no, good. So here is your shop, and sorry, go ahead. I will let you talk.
No, you go ahead. You're running this show.
I was just gonna say, here's your shop. What would you like me to pull up for us to look at?
You can pull up the wax hardened elbows, which that'll be the ones with the Triskies on them.
Dang it. It drives me nuts. Etsy.
Always. Yeah.
It opens it in a new window. So give me 1 second to pull up the new window, and that way everybody can see it embiggenedly. So where's my share screen? And I will pull up here we go. Wax hardened elbows. Here we go.
Okay, so these are a set of combat ready. In the SCA, we do heavy combat, which is why my husband was wearing all that armor. The lady before me was talking about a coif and how you wear it with armor. In the SCA, what she made wouldn't be legal because of the sheer amount of force that they're struck with rattan. So everything I make for the SCA has to be legal as well as historically accurate as possible within the realm of possibility.
Right.
So these are 12 and 14 gauge leather that has been treated with basically a wax bath. It gets heated up, and then it becomes so hard that it is like hem of your elbows. It's like hitting like steel almost. It's pretty intense. So you can hear that. Like it's really thick. So that's kind of what I like to do. I like to make all these different designs and make sure that they can not only my husband and anybody who wears my stuff on the battlefield, it's not only pretty, it's functional. So yeah. that's
That is, all of your stuff is so cool with all of the designs that are all in it. I'm pulling up these bracers that's what had the cool Mjolnir on it, right? I'm
right.
just gonna pull these up, kind of put them on the
My
Vam brace.
barrettes,
Got it.
my
Okay.
barrettes are my best-selling item. The ladies love the barrettes. So this is that you've pulled up is the Van brace set. And I do these custom also. Each individual design is when you message me that you want to buy a set. You also will send me your design, or I work with you to create the tooling on it to your specifications. So within reason, it's got to be able to be tooled. So
Right. So, and we
you
have
can't
two
send me
colors.
something crazy that I can't get on the leather. So. Which has happened to me. Somebody was like, "Can you do this very intricate thing?" And I'm like, "That's not possible."
Sometimes there are just things that are beyond.
Mm.
I understand having an Etsy shop myself. Occasionally, I get some very complicated requests that I'm like,
Right.
I wish I could do that for you, but I can't. So our color selection here is beige, blue, brown, black, red, and purple.
Right.
Is that? And on this, which one is the primary? Is the primary the black and the
Primary is the
secondary?
black, and the
Okay.
secondary is the red. So behind me, you'll see my workshop. That's where I do all of the dyeing, and it's kind of covered in leather right now. I was actually working before the show. So yeah, I basically each piece starts looking something like this, and then to show you, and then I will dye it individually to where like this will turn into this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man. How do you sew through all of that? Please tell me it's by hand.
It is by hand. All of it is
Oh
by
my
hand. I make each
goodness.
individual hole by hand. I have different tools for that too. So some of the tools are really cool.
It
Like
sounds painful.
Oh, it is. I have very, very strong hands, but I was a tattoo artist for 10 years, and then I got diagnosed with epilepsy, and I needed an outlet for my art, and this is how I got that outlet. It's almost the same kind of process. It's, obviously it's not alive, and I'm not using an electrical machine, but the movements of my hands when I'm working and the way
Oh,
that I'm transferring the art onto the leather, and the fact that it's leather, our skin is just the same. So yeah,
what
but
a cool way to have adapted from that situation. That's amazing. Well, so we are here at the end of your time, and so I'm gonna pull us back together. We're together again.
yay.
And did you want to participate in the magic word this week,
Sure.
or is that? Yeah, okay. So the magic word is Fae, which means if you go to her Etsy shop, how do we say this? Gorowin? Is that how we say that? Lady Gorowin?
Lady Corwin of the Dormant Dragon.
All right. Lady Gorowin of the Dormant Dragon. If you go to her shop, which is a whole family business, and purchase from, use the magic word, and you too shall receive a small bonus surprise gift with your order.
I'll actually be giving away things like
Ooh.
this or this. These are bookmarks, and they are hand tooled by me. So,
They
and
are cool.
if you want to purchase them, I also make them in like a barrette form, and you can actually see it in my hair.
In your hair? Ooh. Your hair looks beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
All right.
Well, I will let you go and have a great rest of your Sunday. I hope you had a good weekend. So, yeah, well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much. That was Lady Gorowin from the Dormant Dragon. And moving on to, did I just make the terrible mistake of, I did. I'm terrible. I hope she will forgive me. Miriam's Yarns and Fiber is our next vendor. And Miriam, do I see you down here? Oh, do I see you, Ruth? Yes, there you are. I see you. Okay. Yes, I must. Oh, I feel so bad. I did not change her banner to match her store. I'm so embarrassed. Ah, goodness. I just got distracted. So I will put up your information, though, Miriam's Yarns and Fibers. And please say hello to the audience and introduce yourself.
Hi,
Tell us about what you do, where you're from, what your shows, fairs, SCA Kingdom, whatever it is. Tell us what you do.
I'm Ruth Pano or Lady Miriam, and while I don't do a lot of crafting myself, I am good at finding things to help people round out who they are creating for themselves. So I am known for yarns, fibers, and especially for my saris, my silk
Oh,
material.
saris
But
are beautiful. You
mm,
make them?
no, I find them and I help people figure out what's appropriate for their persona, their time period, or what vision they have for their costuming. So I have
Well,
a few of those with me.
yeah, no, by all means, let me embiggen you here and give you the screen. And if you want to show us some
Mm,
stuff and talk about it,
sure.
please do.
The dress I'm wearing, or a Renaissance dress, was made from a sari. And I have
Oh,
things that work
cool.
real well for belly dancers, sparkly and metallic embroidery, things that might be good for someone who's creating a Roman persona or a Viking persona. This is
Hmm.
all silk, it's really soft. This one's another one that would work for many different time periods. As you can see, it could be used for high Renaissance as well as solid Middle Ages. I have some that are very silky and fine that are often used for things like fairy wings as well.
Wow, that is great. I don't even know how you can find all those. I'm going to pull your store up here really quick because I
Well,
have a website.
I
Is
was going to
yes?
also, what first brought me to your attention was the teething toys. Like I said, it's not just for adults personas, but I have things that are fun for children too. These are Viking themed teething toys. So the Molnir, which you were talking about with your previous person, I have Midgard serpents, and all of these are in different colors.
Are
Uh,
these functional?
yes, these are silicone, so they stand up to any human teeth. I've had both
How
babies.
cool.
Yeah, they won't stand up to puppies. Puppies will chew right through them. But I have a lot of people who have autistic children as well who like to chew. And these are a lot cooler for an older autistic child than a baby toy. One of the ones that's popular with the autistic children is the skull. This, and everyone's favorite, Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
Because who has never wanted to stuff a dread elder deity into the mouth of a screaming baby?
Every mother or father out there.
Mm-hmm.
So here, okay, so let's pop over then. Those are awesome. I've never seen, and I've seen a lot of vendors, but I have never seen anything like that. Those are cool.
I
Here
am the
we
only North
go.
American distributor for these.
Yeah, where are you from? I'm sorry, where are you
Oh,
from?
I'm from Virginia Beach, at the SCA Kingdom of Atlantia, but I go all over the country. The
Well,
part
that's
of
quite a
the website,
lot of traveling.
yes, I do. This website I share with my husband. He does a
Hmm.
lot of different time periods, but the part that's mine is, if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see the part that says Miriam's, where the
Shall
fabric
we
is,
click it?
yarns and fibers.
Click it. Although I
Although
have to say,
honestly,
some of this other stuff looks amazing too.
he does
Ooh,
all the different time periods.
so these yarns and fibers, where do they come from?
Oh, all over the world. My linen comes from Lithuania. My cotton comes from Colorado, I believe. So It might be from the Orient. My silk embroidery floss comes from China, where I have a lady who hand dyes them specifically.
Oh, wow.
And comes in lots of different colors. That right there is the linen that comes from Lithuania. And I have that in a lot of different plies. People use it for sewing, for weaving, for embroidery, different, and there are different sizes for the different purposes, and many, many different colors. Now,
Yes, I am seeing that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, scroll up a little bit. One of the things that you'll see in the top right-hand corner there, one of the most popular items I have are the F-bombs. These are crocheted by a good friend of mine, and I'm sure while watching television, sports, the news, whatever, we've all wanted to throw an F-bomb at the TV or drop an F-bomb at work without getting fired. I
You know,
little
oh,
ones.
sorry.
These are for throwing the F-bomb at your cat.
I'll take 20, please. I have several kitties, 5 of them to be exact. So what is a bodkin?
A bodkin, that is used when you're making a dress and you want to poke the holes to do the lacings. If you just cut a hole, it will cause the material often to rip along the edges. If you push a bodkin through, it pushes the threads apart and doesn't make it weak and allows you to sew the little grommet on there. So a bodkin is used both to make a hole. It's also sometimes used to run a drawstring through a, if you make pants or a neckline. It's kind of like
I
safety
need
pin.
one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. The number of skirts that I have pulled my strings out of, and I am terrible at fixing that problem. I didn't even know there was a tool for doing that. I have learned so much today. That's great.
One more thing I want to show you is the shoes.
What? Okay, hold on. I'm going to embiggen you really fast. Now, those are cute.
Are felt, 100% wool. They come in a whole bunch of different colors and sizes from women's 6 to men's 15s. And what's wonderful about these is they have a leather sole, so you can actually walk around outside in them, and they'll form fit to your feet because they're completely wool. And these are all handmade as well, and they're the most comfortable pair of shoes I have ever worn at fairs.
Okay, so can I ask a question about those real quick, because I can't recall that I've ever seen such a thing. But okay, so if you had these shoes and they were too small initially, then they would form fit to your foot because they'll stretch once you put them on and start wearing them. But if they're too big for your foot and it's wool, can you get them wet and they will shrink around to the size of your foot?
Well, you want to order them in a size fairly close to your shoe size.
Well, of course.
So, yeah, I mean, they're not a one size fits all.
Right.
Get them wet and throw them just for a few minutes into the dryer, like 5 minutes. It'll shrink them down a little bit. Or if you set them in the bright, hot sun, it'll shrink it up a little bit as well. But if they're a little tight, you just pull them on as tight as much as you can and walk through damp grass. And then after about 20 minutes, they start loosening up and fitting around your feet.
That is amazing. Those are cool. I love those.
And if people needle felt, you can do your own designs all over them. Make flowers or swirls or anything like that you can needle
customize them. Well, all right, my lady. We are nearing the end of your time here, and so I just wanted to confirm whether or not you were going to participate with the magic word, or if you're going to pass on that this week.
I'm going to pass this time.
Okay, no problem. So thank you so much for coming on the show and showing us all of those things. I may be back for one of those bodkins. I think the people in my fairy court might like it, the ones who help me get dressed. Because I'm really terrible at rethreading all of my stuff, and so I usually holler for help, and maybe it would be nice if I got them one of those since I didn't even know they existed until today. So, all right. Thank you so much for everything, and have a great Sunday
Thank
afternoon.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Happy Sunday, all of you guys. If you're just joining us, hit the like and subscribe button. And remember, these are our handmade vendors from around the U.S. So all our Renaissance fairs and festivals and SCA, and our next vendor that we have here. Oh boy, I really hope I pronounce this right because I'm not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. It's Nicole Thompson, and I'm gonna bring you in here, Nicole. Let me find you, and let me just change your banner information. Okay, I want to try to say it before you tell me whether or not I'm saying it correctly. I was looking at it on Facebook on your here we go. I'm just pulling up your information. So I was looking at this on Facebook, and there it had the Old English letterings, and it had the little D with the cross through it.
Icelandic.
Oh, Icelandic. Okay.
Yeah.
It's also Old English. At least that little D with the cross through it that's a TH sound in Old English. And so I'm kind of like, is it supposed to be like Froda? Which is weird to say, but this last word, I don't think is it Smida? Smida?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's harder to, it's Frotha Smitha, which is Icelandic for foam forge.
Okay.
So, but since you can't put the little Icelandic symbols, it's just Frotha Smida on Facebook.
Well, I am going to please tell us about who you are and what you do and where you're from. And I'm going to embiggen you and give you the screen so you may say hello. Oh, look, you're all set up, a booth and everything.
Yeah, we try to show a little bit of what we do. We are Froda Smida. We are from Southeast Ohio. I make foam armor props. We do shields. We do full
Okay, can I ask really quick? I'm just gonna. Can I just pause and ask really quick? When you show us things, can you bring them close to the camera and hold them still for, give it maybe like a 3 count? That way the camera has a second to focus. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's.
I mean, it's all made out of foam,
but it looks
so
like
it's very lightweight and very kid friendly. Yeah. Because we're trying to make it as authentic as we can. We do helmets. Oh my God. And that's all completely foam.
Wow.
It's just, this has an articulating. Yes.
So what do people normally use these
for? We're trying to make something that we can, just anything. Cosplay is really where it comes from, I would guess you would say.
This stuff is
here
great.
is one that actually has not been painted, so you can kind of see what it actually looks like in its raw form. And that's just all of it's
very slow. Yep, very slow. Rotate that. That's super cool. And so this stuff is like great for LARP probably too, huh?
It is, yes. Yes, you can get it made for LARPing as well. I wanted to make something because I noticed when we were at some of the Renaissance fairs that a lot of the kids didn't have much that wasn't more parent-friendly budget-wise.
Right.
And kids can, take this and put a little bit of a damage to it and not hurt anybody.
Well, right. And also a child can't really run around with a huge full-on armored helmet on their head, They will want to take it off after about 5 minutes, I'm sure. And so
yeah, I mean, these are great. I mean, we do it all.
And so can I pop over here and take a look at your Facebook with you? Now, your Facebook is where people will order from you, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's pop over and take a look at this together. And if anybody sends me messages while I'm looking at your book of faces, I'm going to be upset. It's the one thing I can't control, and so I normally try to be really careful. I don't want some weird message from my mother or something to pop up, you know. So here we go. This is this is a message from your store, the thing from your store popping up. And here we can see all of these things. Man, how do you do this? I mean, I'm not asking like the actual
It's
super specific,
pretty
but
easy. I mean, you just kind of make your patterns, cut it out of foam, contact cement, and paint.
wow. Where do you do you design your
I
own
was
patterns
laid
or?
off earlier this year and had all the time.
We design a couple things.
Is this you? This is a YouTube channel of yours?
No, that was I posted for this here. Just advertising that we were doing this tonight.
Oh, that the truncated URL, I don't even recognize it when I see it. That's terrible of me, I'm sure. Just kind of gibberish. These are really cool. So is it okay if I ask, like, what are the price ranges of some of the things we're looking at here? What do these normally run?
For the helmets, I'm selling them between 40 to, I don't know, whatever, depends on how detailed and, $100 or so. That's my son's his Earl King helmet we've done. I mean, it's like I said, I'm trying to be very budget friendly because,
Yes.
I'm a parent and we know the Renaissance fairs get very expensive and, it's kind of nice to be able to be like, wow, I can actually afford something.
Sure, definitely. I like this little video you
But I
have
do,
that's kind of showing all the.
yeah, I do custom orders. That was one of those pass the brush things that we did
That's cool.
for one of our favorite authors.
And so
I forgot my pants that day.
even the antler looking things on that helmet are foam.
Foam.
Huh.
Yes, they have a it actually has a the
Is it foam clay?
no, well, yeah, it's covered in foam clay, but it has a aluminum foil base.
Oh yeah, okay, to give it the shape and then you. And
Yeah, to
what
give
is
it the shape to give it a little bit more rigidity.
this guy? Look at this guy's evil looking face. Like Sauron or something. I love it.
Actually,
Well,
that's from our favorite books.
oh, what is it?
He's named Bob from the Dresden Files. If you
I know
are
a couple
familiar
of
with that.
Dresden File fans. I have never read the Dresden Files,
Yep.
but I definitely know some fans.
Oh,
Well,
you need to read him. Jim Butcher's amazing.
that is what I have been given to understand. So, here we are coming up, and I am. Are you going to be participating in the magic word, or are you a pass this week?
Past this week. Wasn't
All right.
prepared for it.
Nope. It is all okay. It's purely up to vendor purview if they would like to do that. So, thank you so much for coming on the show. And I didn't even realize you could do so much with foam. So that is amazing. And I thank you for being here and showing off the stuff. And I'm sure that every kid that's about to get something cool also loves you. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, we just sent off a helmet to Alaska, so hopefully he'll enjoy it.
Alrighty. Well, you have a good rest of your Sunday, and we shall see you on.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. I didn't actually know you could do so much with foam. That was some pretty cool looking stuff. So our next vendor is Ash and Griffin Pottery. I should say that slower, Ash and Griffin Pottery with Kim Fritz. Kim, let me find you down here and to bring you in. Am I looking? Yes, here. Here we are.
Hi.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
Fine.
Look at your beautiful headdress. I like what you're wearing today. Yes,
I have lots of opportunity to get things from other people, which is pretty great.
Yes, I always like to be try to be wearing wearing other things from other vendors and whatnot. So it's I mean, it's like should be proud of that, right? You have to build these things up over years of Renfairing and eventing.
Exactly.
Okay, well, so please introduce yourself to the audience and let them tell us who you are, what you do, and where you're from, what your fairs are.
Well, I live in St. Louis, Missouri. I do the Kansas City Renaissance Fair. That is the biggest Renaissance fair I do. I also do a lot of SCA events. So I do Pennsic and Gulf Wars. I do the Norman Medieval Fair. I used to do the St. Louis Ren Fair for many years until they changed the dates on me. I do my pottery. I sell my pottery with two other potters. So my friends Mary and Steph, the three of us sell pottery together, and that's why that's what Ash and Griffin Pottery is. So in the SCA, I have my symbol is the ash leaf, and Stephanie's symbol is the griffin, and we always tease Mary and say she's the and or the ampersand in Ash and Griffin Pottery. But the three of us make our own stuff. We tend to fire it in the same kiln, so they tend to have similar colors. We use similar glazes, but we all have our own unique styles. Right now, since we're not at shows, all of our stuff is at our own houses, but I have a sample of each of their pieces, and of course a lot of mine. And
well, if you have that there with you, I can just turn the screen over to you and let you show and tell away.
Sure. So, okay, this is an example of Mary's pieces. All of our mugs are dishwasher and microwave safe.
Close to the camera and turn very slowly. There we go.
Sorry, I always forget. So it's all hand painted, and yeah, she adds a lot of really nice details on like the handle and everything. It's got a beautiful interior, really pretty purple interior. Yeah, I love that purple interior. It's a great glaze. But she does a lot of different painted pieces. That's kind of her specialty. Mary and Steph both throw on the wheel. I don't. I hand build. So this is a piece of Stephanie's. This is got like rivets, so it's kind of like a steampunky sort of mug.
Oh yeah, you have a greeting from a Morning Star in the crowd who says they are drinking out of one of your mugs right now. So you have a fan out there watching.
That's awesome. Well, we have actually been selling pottery full time for 20 years. So I think there's a lot of people out there that have our mugs. It's kind of our we want to make everybody's favorite mug. That's our goal. So my pieces are all hand built. So they start as a flat slab. So this is one of my fairy mugs. It's got little boy and girl fairies chasing each other around it. And it says "Believe" on it.
I confess I am partial to the fairy mug.
And it also has a little fairy on the handle. Whoops. Oh my gosh, I'm having a hard time with this. Okay.
You know what's so funny too? I'm the worst. I get the camera so backwards, but it seems like if I'm in the land dragon, I also have left and right backwards. But then I get on the camera, and there's still everything is just always backwards.
And they come in two different sizes. So this is the smaller, more like a regular mug size, and this is the
kind of stein.
You can actually fit a a can, like an aluminum can right inside. It'll fit right in
Oh.
exactly. So it'll hold a little more than that. I also have a large series of these heraldic mugs. So this is a dragon.
Whoa.
And so I actually have 32 different animals. So there's a dragon. Whoops. There's a griffin.
And so this is, you will custom do these if somebody has this as the emblem of their house, or?
I can do that. I actually carve all my own stamps. So this is a stamp I carved for the unicorn mug. So I do make custom stamps, and then they can get multiples. But I also I have over the years come up with different animals every year, so that I can kind of accommodate people as well and have them in stock. I can certainly make things to the like the color that they want, because I don't necessarily have every design and every color. I also have these here that have Elvish on them.
So let me, I'm just, ooh, that's a cool looking mug too. I love all that leafy goodness. So I'm just getting this straight in my head, but you literally make the stamp, you draw it, and then you transfer it to the medium that you use to do the impress with.
Yeah.
And then
it's actually clay.
That is,
yeah, so I carved this in reverse on the clay and then fired the clay. And then I actually use I use this mallet here to hammer it into the clay. So my mugs all start with a flat slab of clay. So I just show you this as quick as I can.
Your workroom looks amazing and sunny.
Thanks.
Oh, wow.
I really love my outdoor studio. So this is a flat slab of clay, and I like turn it in a circle after I've done all the stamping. Sometimes I also do these really elaborate sculptural mugs. I'm doing a whole series of them right now while I don't have shows to do. So I'm doing crazy things. So this is my crazy new one.
Whoa.
So this,
oh my God, that's so amazing.
It started as a flat slab, and now it's this crazy goblin guy. And it's dry, but it hasn't been fired yet. So
hello, all you gobs at Goblin Market. Heads up, look at this.
Yeah. And I'm hoping to make a whole series of these goblins. I've also been making some Krampus mugs. Although it's not exactly the season, they're still goblin-y. So here's my Krampus with it. And he's got a little scared kid in his backpack. And it's big old
I know one or two Krampus lovers too.
Yeah, I'm doing a whole series of these, and I'm hoping to get them in a firing by the end of May, hopefully. So I'm actually looking forward to making some new stuff. So I'm taking the opportunity of no shows to make some things that I would not normally make. So.
Right. Well, so your website is Ash and Griffin Pottery, and I'm just going to pop over really quick.
Actually, if you could go to our Facebook page, that would be better.
Okay, let me see if I can do that.
So it's Ash and Griffin Pottery.
Okay, hold on one second. I closed out my Facebook with the last person. So, yeah.
I want to make my website better, but right now it's a mess, and I'd rather be making Krampus mugs and goblins than making my website better. So
sorry. With that said, should people, if they wish to purchase from you, is it better for them to go to your Facebook page and send you a message there? Okay, good to know.
In fact, our pinned post at the top of our page, like the first post you come to, has a link to an album of each person's stock. So all three of us have our own album, and those albums that are on the pinned page, that's everything we have in stock right now. So all you have to do is message us. We've actually sold quite a bit, which has been really nice.
Wow, look at your booth. Is that your booth? It's amazing.
That's our booth at the Kansas City Renfaire. We have a kick wheel that Mary, in that picture, she was making stuff. So either Mary or Stephanie is usually there throwing pots. That was the first weekend of last year, and it was Mary's birthday. So on the last day of that weekend, she made herself a birthday cake out of clay. So that's what she's got on the potter's wheel there. So that's Mary.
A birthday cake out of clay.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious. We made all kinds of little clay candles and stuff. It was pretty fun.
And so
you can
here,
that first post there.
The first what?
The first post. So
right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See, there are
two
links showing. So like that the top one's hers, the second one's my, and the one that's showing right now those are some of Mary's other work. But if you click on any of those albums, you can come. If you click on my album, you can see all of my stuff. But yeah, everybody's got a lot of neat things. We have so many different designs because we've been messing with it for so long. Those are some new things that she's posted recently. We keep posting new stuff. I've posted most of what I have in stock right now, but I need to start doing the other things I've got.
Ah, look at that cat.
Yeah, that's Stephanie. Stephanie makes these great. The cat is a bank.
Let me see.
And you actually put the coins in his butt.
That's why he looks like that. Hi!
Exactly why he looks like that. That is exactly right. So yeah, here's a whole bunch of mine of all of the different animals that I still have in stock.
Oh, it's a horse.
Yeah.
It was close.
Yeah, I have I have a lot of different creatures. I have like a hedgehog and a ferret and an otter and an owl.
There you can see the can.
Yeah, that shows you the can. Oh yeah, and there's the one mugs. I have mugs with Elvish that say "one mug to rule them all, and in the beer drown them." and then on the inside of the mug, it's got the eye.
Is that this one down here? This one here?
Yeah, that's the bottom. I put the translation on the bottom and on the eye on the inside.
Oh, look at these close-ups.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if it will begin.
It should.
It's not a matter of whether or not it will. It's a matter of whether or not it wants to open up into a new tablet, and then I have to go through a whole. So here we go. Look at that. That is super cool. And this is what's on the handle, like the little.
Yeah. And in fact, I have made little pendants out of that same stamp. Whoops. So.
I like this color.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite colors. Is that pale green is just so pretty.
Yeah, that or this. That is that purpley kind of periwinkly.
Yeah,
blue.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that! Good close up.
There's the girl fairy, and then there's the other one. Should be the boy fairy. There he is. And the
little pendants.
Yeah,
those are super cute.
That's my giveaway. So if someone orders a mug, if they say the
magic word, which is Faye,
which is perfect, they get a free pendant.
Well, all right. So
that's the stamp I use to stamp the fairy mug.
Here, I'm gonna just embiggen you really quick because we are at the end of the time here. We're running a little bit over. There it is. That's cool. So yeah. And you made even those like a roller stamp kind of, like an imprint stamp. That is so cool.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with us. And of course, go to their Facebook page. I should remind everybody also, the links on, I'm like the voice in the background talking. There we are. Hi, guys. Everybody's links are in the low bar and the description in YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, all of the places that we are today. So if you want to follow up, you can find all of that information below. And so if you would like to order from Ash and Griffin, you can go to their Facebook page, which is the most recommended place to go to. Look at that little mushroom guy. Aw, I really love your sculpting stuff on the, yeah. He's super cute. And use the magic word FAE, F-A-E, and you too shall receive a complimentary little pendant with a sprite on it with your order. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we shall bid you adieu.
It's lovely to see you. I'm going to go back to my D&D game now.
All right, have a good time.
I have to cast some more lightning bolts.
Yes, magic missile at the darkness.
Exactly.
All right, good night.
Good night.
All right. So that was great. And obviously, I'm a fan of the mugs because I am here so often drinking from them. And our last vendor for today is Carol from Danny Boy Pipes. Carol, let me find you and bring you in. Pow! Here you are. Thank you so much for waiting and being so patient. You've been back there the whole show.
Of course.
Okay, well, I'm going to switch up your banners here, and please introduce yourself and tell us, who you are, where you're from, what you do.
Sure, I'm Carol Cianelli, and I own Danny Boy Pipes, and we are a retail pipe and tobacco company. And
oh, have I lost you? I kind of hear
Are you there?
I'm here, but
Can you hear
I
me?
can't see you. I can hear you, but I can't see you. And there's a solution for this if for some reason this persists. I mean, not on my end. There's sort of a solution. What I'm trying to say is, I don't know where your video has gone, but maybe if you leave and come right back, it'll fix that.
Yeah, I'll try and do that.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
my
Well, solution number 2 is a worst case scenario. We pull up your website and you can talk us through it. There you are. Yeah, I see you.
So I am sorry about that. So I have Renaissance Fair shops, and they are at the Florida Renaissance Festival, the Bay Area Renaissance Festival, Southern California, Georgia Renaissance, Colorado Renaissance Festival, the Bristol Renaissance Festival, Great Lakes Medieval Fair, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Minnesota, the Louisiana Renaissance Fair, and we do the Asheville Viking Festival as well. So we're kind of all around
the circuit. Yes, that's a lot of festivals.
I have a really great crew, so I'm not all by doing it.
Oh, this year must have hit you so hard then, because that's so many festivals to just be gone,
Yeah, we got through most of Florida and Bay Area. We missed a couple weekends at the end of those, so at least we got a little bit of time, at those fairs, which was good. And my, we like to call them our Danny Boy fans. They are just the best. They've really been keeping us alive online. So that's been great.
Amazing.
Yeah,
definitely. So, do you have some pipes with you, or shall we go straight to?
I got a ton of pipes to show you. So I
am turning it over to you.
Yeah, I thought I'd introduce them to you in kind of families. So I work with a lot of carvers from, all over the place, all over the world, and all over the United States. I'm going to start with a family in Canada, the McQueens, that I get pipes from. They're sort of Lord of the Ring replicas. I've got a couple pipes here. This is the Hobbiton here in the front. This is the Dragon's Egg in the back. These are both made from birchwood. And I don't know if I'm getting this close enough for you to see. There's kind of like cracks.
That is very good. It looks like a dragon egg.
It's called the Dragon's Egg. So, and this one is a really deep bowl. I mean, you can probably put a half an ounce of tobacco in there, also birchwood. Then we've got cherry wood pipes that they make as well. These are all wood stems. All of our stems separate from the bowls so that they can clean very easily. So they just come apart really easily like this.
Oh, wow.
It's really important to clean your pipes. We sell all the tools necessary for that. So cleaners. This is a simple little pipe cleaner that you swipe through your
Can you
stem.
put that close? I've actually
Yeah.
really never seen a pipe cleaner before. I've seen craft pipe cleaners, but not real pipe cleaners.
These are made from cotton, so they're a little bit different than those synthetic ones that you get for making things at craft stores. So they really grab onto the stuff that you're trying to clean out of your pipe a little bit better. And let me just talk to you a little bit about some of the pipes I get from Ukraine. I work with some guys there that they're just amazing carvers. They're beautiful carvers, and you work with pear wood a lot in the European countries, which it's not briar. It's not like briar, but it smokes very nicely. It keeps the wood cool when you're smoking it. It doesn't get really hot, the bowl. It's just a great wood to smoke out of. And they do some really amazing work. As you can see, the intricate carving here in the bowl. Yeah. And they do, this one's, we call it the pirate. I don't know if you can see the ship.
I love how it's different color, like the
inlay.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. And then this one is just like, kind of a.
What?
Yeah, it's like a gangbuster pipe called the Dragon's Claw. Closer. You can see that.
Whoa.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? And then the stem has all that carving in it, and at the mouthpiece, it's leather, and there's stitching all back. Isn't that great?
Yes, it's beautiful.
No, this pipe is really cool. We call it a versatile pipe because you can separate the long stem. Oh, and then you can just pop the short stem in and smoke it short, or you can smoke it long.
I love it.
Yeah,
I can smell I love pipe smoke smell. Maybe it does. And especially when you get the flavored tobaccos that go into them, and it's sort of like hookah smell. Hookahs always smell good too. And so, I mean, they aren't similar smells, but it's similar how you can smell them both. Like,
yeah,
I don't smell anything like, but it's like you're just showing these, and I can smell them as you're showing them.
Yeah, definitely. I also have a lot of briar pipes, and I'll just show you a couple of samples. We sell churchwarden briar, and this is a really beautiful pipe. And one of the things that we pride ourselves on is our affordability in our pipes. So what I've just shown you, the most expensive pipe you saw was, of course, the Dragon Claw. This is retails for $150. But, the Dark Wizard is $75. And this Dragon's Egg is $35. We have some really reasonable prices. These standard size pipes with the carvings on them, those are $48. Most pipe shops you walk into off the street, a tobacco store, you're going to find a briar pipe, and it's going to be, $250, $300. So we really try and work on, keeping our prices incredibly reasonable and affordable. And this churchwarden, sure, yeah.
What is meant by briar pipe?
It's the kind of wood. It's from the heath. It's like the burl. It's the really, the dense part of the kind of wood that it is. And it makes a great pipe because it contains the heat and it handles the moisture well. So that's what makes it a good pipe.
Well, if it's really dense wood, that would make sense. So,
right. Yeah, but it also breathes. It kind of breathes, because of the way that, because it can handle that heat and that moisture, it takes it in. So
nice.
Good enough. So these briars are churchwardens. We have a semi-churchwarden, keeps it away from your mouth, so it's a little bit cooler smoke. Churchwardens, I don't know. Do you know the history of the churchwarden? They had to keep watch. They made their pipes longer to keep the smoke out of their faces so they could keep watch. That's why they call them church.
Of course.
And we have some medium length. These are called boutique briars. And then we have these little tom thumbs, these little baby briars, easy to hold in the mouth. One of the things that we like to tell we have a lot of accessories. There's these little pipe bits, and these are great because you can put them on the end of your pipe stem. And then if you're a chewer, you can just hold on to it and you don't crack your stem. So a lot of great little accessories like that. The pipe tool, this is actually my giveaway. So yes,
Oh,
I'm happy.
hold it very
magic.
close and show us slowly. So yes, the magic word.
Yep. And then this is the pipe tool, and it has, these are, you really need one of these if you're going to smoke a pipe. So it's got a scoop and a pick and a tamp on it. And the tamp is for when you're lighting your pipe, you tamp down your tobacco. You sometimes need to stir it up or aerate it, so to speak. And then we always tell people never bang your bowl out. You don't want to, you would tend to do that after you smoke it and the pipe is warm and you can damage your bowl or you can crack your stem. It's at its most vulnerable when it's warm like that. So don't bang your bowl out. You want to scoop out your ash. So you've got your scraper. Yeah.
I'm learning so much today. This is great. So
yeah,
I have, go ahead.
Sitters as well. So we have pipes that just sit and don't need a stand. So it just rests like that. And we also do carry a lot of stands to hold the pipe. So we have cute little stands like this. These are all listed on the website as well.
I should have known, of course, that there was much more to smoking a pipe than not being a pipe smoker myself, though. I didn't realize. But now, so I have your website here, and your website, which is dannyboypipes.com. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up really fast so our viewers at home can see what it looks like. Is then the best place for people to shop with you?
Absolutely. Definitely go to the website. We always are having things listed. You can see right there, I have my sales listed right there on the front page. You can search by big categories right there on the main page. And you can also go to the top under pipe categories, and there's a drop down and it'll tell you, more specific categories. Most of those across the top have little drop downs. You can look at all of our Renaissance Fair schedules. I try to keep all of that up to date. Another thing is to follow us on Facebook, because we do all kinds of fun stuff on Facebook. We do giveaways, hat drawings, we do spin and win, we have auctions, and I can show you our next auction pipe that's coming up. That'll be happening next Friday.
Yeah.
And
please, I'm gonna come back and make you big. Yeah. Hold on a second. By all means, share with us the auction pipe.
This is a free carved briar by a gentleman named Artur Michak from Poland. And freehand carved means just basically pipes have sort of, there are some standard names for bowls, like an apple bowl or a billiard bowl or a bulldog bowl. There's just like, that's the shape. It's a certain shape of the bowl. And freehand just means that it doesn't fall under that category of being a certain bowl. And they're just so unique. You can see it's just such a unique pattern on the bowl.
It kind of looks like an oak leaf on the bottom or something.
Leaf? That's right. It is. It's a leaf. And it's a 15-inch churchwarden, so it's super long stem. So we will be putting this up for auction on Friday. And we're, like I said, and we, we're always doing all kinds of fun giveaways and stuff. So it's really, it's fun to be on our Facebook page. We go live on there all the time. Stuff.
So, and it's facebook.com / Danny Boy Pipes. Same as the website, easy peasy to find. And you are, yes, and you are doing the magic word. The magic word is Faye, and that means if you order from them within the next week and you enter the magic word Faye at your checkout comments, then you will receive one of those cool, what did you call it though? It was a
pipe tool. Yeah.
A pipe tool.
Pipe tool. Yep.
Yes. Yep, okay. You will receive.
So it's a little $5 value.
Okay. A perfect gift to go along with for all you new pipe owners out there. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. That your stuff is, your pipes are amazing. And now I really just kind of want to smell somebody smoking a pipe. So, wasn't there an old show where the grandma smoked a pipe?
Was it the Beverly Hills? Did she smoke a pipe?
Quite possibly. It was before my time, so I don't know if that's exactly it. I just seem to recall that is this vague memory.
Yeah, she did, but I don't know if there's another.
So, well, thank you so much for being on the show this afternoon. And Danny Boy Pipes, go and please check them out. And also, thank you everybody who has joined us this week for the show. We missed last week, of course, because Mother's Day. So I hope everybody had a good one of those. And if you're looking for any of the vendors that you have seen here, they have all of their links and information in the low bar below so that you can find them easily. And then after the show, I will actually go back and I will be demarcating their specific time points. So if you'd like to look at them specifically, please hit the like and subscribe button. And we will see you guys back here next week. So with a whole new lineup of handmade vendors. And I shall bid you adieu. Carol, yes?
Adieu.
Good.
Thanks a lot.
Of course. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you everybody for joining us. And I hope that we will see you next week. And I hope that you find amazing things that you would like to buy from these handmade vendors from Renaissance and SCA and festivals all across the USA. Oh, look at that. I'm a poet. Happy Sunday. Goodbye, everybody.